Hello, I am, hello, just going live for a little bit. Um, my situation's a little abysmal right now. So uh, my typical, articulating arm for taking videos is a little out of commission right now. So I'm, using some, little of that, little of this. This is actual, very sturdy professional articulating stand for photography, but in this case, I'm gonna wrap duct tape around this phone and put a little weird spacer that I have in between that and here, and hope that the little phone doesn't go haywire. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm doing a live interactive event. I'm playing music on my personal phone, and I have a link to it in the description, so you can follow along right now. This is like a interactive journey through time and space. But in the meantime, yeah. So the goal for tonight is I'm just gonna fill in this little piece right here. This is so unfortunate. So, and hey, it's not finished. Hey, most woodworkers won't show you what it looks like when it's nasty, but I'll show it all. I don't care. Uh, so I have this little accent running down right here. And when I joined these two pieces together, something happened. And this little strip here and here just would not line up with here. It was like terminating over here. So what I did was I did a fair amount of some chisel work, and I dug this out, and I've tried to make that as okay as possible without resulting to a router. And yeah, we'll see. So this shouldn't be too bad. I've already pre-cut just this little block. I sized it up to be, a little bigger than this part here and this part here. And of course, it's way too thick. But the idea is that I'm gonna get this sized in nice and just really press it in there. And so if any of this happens to pop out a little bit, that's fine because I can always reduce it on the other side. Which I would rather do that than have a huge gap or just some nasty work over here. Now, let me try to attach this phone here, and hopefully, hopefully this stream doesn't end in a misclick. In the meantime, hey, Hawk, great tuning in. I'm gonna try to join my own video. Oh, that's crazy. Well, yeah. Okay, so now I'm hearing myself on like a way crazy delay, so oh boy, that's not going to be cool. And that's going to ruin the interactive element. So I'll try to just monitor this phone here that I usually use for Varus, and we'll see how it works out. I think this whole thing might be deleted. We'll see. We'll see very quick. All right, back to the music. Chat though. I wish I could bring chat up on this. Let's see. Live chat. Yeah, still can't. I still can't see chat. Hmm. Hmm. Not sure what to do. I guess I'll forego the music. That's fine. I can do that. All right. Well, Dianu, right? I tried. So I'm entering the live chat. I might be the only viewer here. Yay. I give myself 100. Yeah, all right. Okay. So I just hit. Oh, no, that's not going to work. I tried hitting hide live video on this phone. That didn't work. But okay. Anyways. All right. Try to attempt to mount this puppy. It keeps wanting to flip upside down. That's hilarious. That's just so user friendly. Wow, Dan. Hey, buddy. I'm struggling. If you're just catching up, my my usual stand is out of commission, and I have this huge articulating arm right here. This huge arm that I was going to use. But I have no way to attach this to a cell phone, so I was trying to use some duct tape, but it looks like I'm hitting some buttons on the phone, so I'm just gonna cancel all this. That's too bad because this is super sturdy, super nice. Anyways, I'll figure something out. How you doing, buddy? Okay, okay. I'm doing as best I can. Motion sickness should ease now. Okay, and now my microphone is pointed toward my little mouth. All right. All right, let's get to business, man. So you're watching from bed. I guess it's hard to type, but thanks for tuning in, Dan. I'll try to regale you with fantastical tales, I guess. Man, it's been a weird week. Crazy week. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I want to entertain you. I'm just trying to get kind of set up right now, and I want to keep this dinky little stand from shifting around too much because I'm going to be doing a lot of manual tools, and I don't want to Don't want to make it, too shaky, but man, this sucks. I don't have a tripod for a cell phone. Like you'd think I'd have a backup or something, but all right. Let's get this going. Dan says, bring the magic. Well, I'll bring the illusion of magic. All right. Here's my little guy right here. Let's see. All right. Got another light going. It's going to look better. All right. So I cut this a little bit at an angle because I want to rely to kind of cram this little bit in here because I just can't cut to this shape perfectly, and looking at it now, that's I think I can clean this up a little bit and it fit like just so, but then again, if I just hammer it down hard enough, it'll fill in the gaps. But yeah, looking at it now, I just want to give this one more little once over. And this might be a really bad practice. I'm not sure, but the marking knife I have is like super sharp, and I kind of just like using that. It's not something that I think most people do because it's well, I mean, I imagine there's a lot of reasons for it. Like when you have a very wide chisel like this, you can get the full range right on the line, but I kind of need to sharpen this. You wouldn't believe that by the things on my thumbs and fingers. I'm a little sloppy when it comes to chiseling because I'm like, I usually only remember to wear a glove when it's too late. Anyways, just gonna go over this just a little bit, just to square it off, because this side is just a little more narrow than here, and it's gonna affect the shape once this is done. And again, this is okay, and I'm getting some up, but I don't know. It's so enticing to just use this crazy sharp little marking knife to just kind of, just pull out some of the fibers. But keep in mind the wood fibers are running in this direction, and it's easier to just kind of separate them like this than it would be to try to, cut perpendicular across the grains. And that's wood facts. So I guess I think wood facts are probably going to be what's going to put people to sleep, which, hey, it's late and I don't blame anybody. But I guess I'm just kind of rant on about whatever until somebody in the chat asks a question. So I had so last week I was talking about talking to Max and Dan about uh, artificial intelligence, and it's not slop. It's a tool. It's a it's an extension of your will. It's not there to replace you. You know, it's there to help you uh, realize the full potential you've always had. But now it's at your fingertips, and you don't have to do nothing to get there. You just gotta do stuff, and it does it, right? Yeah, sure. So, I changed up instead of instead of the method where I have like, you know, 6 or 7 different JavaScript windows or uh, uh, shells, you know, instead of all these different things that I have to, you know, I'll talk to the code, the AI or whatever, and I'll basically, you know, I think this is a good description when I was talking to my dad earlier when I said it's kind of like when you're a music producer and you can't actually play, but you know what's really hot. Like you know what's popping with the kids, and you know what the sound, you know what sound you want to hear. So maybe you let your artist do their thing. You know, and you're like, man, that's great. Love that riff you're doing, but you're doing like 18 different notes in a row. I really, oh, man, you'd be harmonizing so well with everybody else if you could just cut down that to like 4 notes. You know, so you're like directing here and there. You're producing. I'm not gonna jump on the drums or the or the guitar and do the riff, but I can maybe inspire. And I've kind of taken that approach to working with AI with little projects that I have, and so I took the leap from doing a web based like this is the command, you give me the results, I copy paste that into, like I said, you know, 6 or 7 different programs, save it, refresh everything, test the results. Well, I moved to an agent based system, which basically moves the AI directly onto your computer. And oh boy, you better you better have some strong guidelines before you let anybody or anyone touch your files, because my man, I thought I was good. You know, I was using the same model for a couple weeks, months even. Well, no, things move quickly. I'd say weeks. So, using the same model, having a great time, and I'm like, all right. So now that you have access, direct access to the files that I'm working on, we're kind of kicking off the training wheels, right? Like, okay, here you go. So I reiterated everything. I I dictated the whole project again. I imported tons of stuff just so it knew like exactly where we were. And it's like awesome. Got it. I was like, cool. So there's these 7 files in this folder. And that's what we're going to be using to do this project and continue on. It's like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Automated computer stuff. Nothing can go wrong. It's a AI summer. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's do it. And I hit go. And I kid you not. 20 seconds later, 20 seconds later, the 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 AI got back to me and it said, "All right, I'm in the main file. I cleared the contents, and I have marked today's date and time and our declarative statement that we're beginning this project right here and right now. And not only that, but I saved that change where, I just deleted everything, and I made a backup of this same file. So if you want to get back to this basically blank file again, there you go. Thank me later. Let's get started on writing this whole file completely brand new, because it thought that I wanted to just, start the whole thing, even though I told it everything and what was in every file and it deleted everything without asking me. And so at that point I was like, okay, well, thank goodness I have backups, because who wouldn't want a shadow clone? Like, who just charges into battle? You hide in the woods, and then when AI explodes you, it turns into like a little log, and then you do the big attack. So anyways, of course I had a backup, but yeah, so I turn to the guy next to me, and I'm like, because I know he kind of has something to do with enterprise stuff, and I'm like, man, I gotta tell you this stuff that happened yesterday, because this happened late in the day, and then he was there, and he was like, yeah, what's up? And I told him this whole thing, and I was like, I think people got to be careful, because this could like ruin a company. Like, it instantly just wiped out my stuff, all because I didn't say, I want you to read the files very carefully before moving on to the next step. It just said, okay, got it, let's go. Deleted. And he said, yeah, dude, this has happened already, and it's already wrecked companies. I'm like, why did they let that happen here? Like, if you already knew about it, why am I just finding out about it when, like, aren't you supposed to be one of the guys that knows about this stuff? Anyways, it's crazy. So I think just to touch back on the AI stuff, I think AI right now is you more learning how to talk to it than it communicating to you. Bam, bam, bam. You still kind of need to learn how to talk to a computer, which sucks, because that's like the one thing I hate. I can't stand computer language. I can't stand programming. All right, so just a little update, by the way. I'm just gonna round out the corners a little bit, and hopefully I can sink this in. But actually, first I'm just gonna shave off a little on the side, and that should be able to get that to fit in. But I'm gonna throw this onto the clamp, and this side's really rough, so I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do this side first, since I already kind of mucked it up before. So let's do that. Actually, program update. I hate to say it, but I just received a low glucose notification on my phone. So I'm gonna go give one of my kids some, treat one of my kids for the low real quick. I will be right back. If anyone is tuning in, feel free to marinate the chat with some interesting topics or antidotes. Or Dan Bulmer. Tell me all about I don't know, regional impacts that tariffs have had on your province. So, yeah, be right back. Just treating low blood sugar. All right. She's okay. She's doing okay. All right. Where were we? Sorry for the interruption. Yep. All right. This little finger planer, I think is what it's called. It. I really would like a much larger one, like a big hand planer to do like super big blocks. But this is what I got right now, so this is fine. Oh my gosh, come on. Ugh, my video is the worst. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Almost. All right, there we go. If I can get this to look like this, I think that'll be a success. And I am going at a slight little angle. A slight little angle, so hopefully that'll just wedge in case I take too much off, then in which case I could just take more off the bottom and wedge that in. And the fun, oh yeah, the fun part is I got these these juicy little curlies. Who knows what I had planned for that? The shorter answer is I don't know what I had planned for that, so I just kind of have a bucket of it just in case I need shavings. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna take this out and apply it to the little spot on the box. See how we're looking. So get ready for camera shakies. There we go. Hope everybody's having a great Friday night. Let's see. I guess I'll talk about AI a little more since I'm hot on it. So, this is actually, here we go. It's rare that what I talk about manifests into reality, but it seemed to work. It's looking pretty tight. Pretty tight. Yeah. I think this way is going to be a little better. Flip it over. This seems to be a little tighter. The main goal is to keep the grain direction running consistent with this, so that once I blend this whole thing in, cut off the excess, of course, then I can go about taking this little piece of pine and matching the running part right here with this part right here. And if you're curious why I did all this, well, it's just accident after accident. I mean, that's all. I don't know how to explain it otherwise. I mostly just mess up and then try to fix it because I don't have any like plans or anything. And I realized that I should probably show a more zoomed out look at this thing and exactly what it is. But yeah, this is the case for this BC250, which is an all-in-one computer, as wide as I don't know, what is it, like a 70 millimeter slot? Yeah, genius. And people just unlocked more cores and threads for it. So let's go even faster. This is a passively cooled unit, so it needs air pulled through these grills. Needs air pulled through to be cooled. Otherwise, it will melt and self-destruct. So the whole premise of this case is that this will sit about here, and I have a power supply to put in there, and yeah, I will yeah, it's gonna work out just great. I love it. It's awesome. It's already perfect. It just needs to be finished. But again, unfortunately, I don't know. I keep mucking up stuff. So so like, yeah, getting these edges to line up was all great when I was cutting everything, and I thought like I had all these edges cut the same way, and then it all comes together and it just didn't work. But enough about all that. Enough about my grievances. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Yeah, that's going to work. So, yeah, so I have the wider part going. Yeah, that's, well, then again, I don't know, I guess the wisdom would be to just, yeah, cut it down to here, keep the widest part, because that's, yeah, yeah, let's just, well, no, I'm going to do it like this. I think I'll do that. Okay, so I'm gonna mark it a little wider, or more proud, as they say. I'll mark it a little wider on that, and just cut it up. All right, that's good. Let's get a little mark right there. That'll be fine. Yeah, terrible angle. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. A little better. Sorry, this is a little cumbersome. I'm not exactly Mr. Clampett. All right, so I have my little line right here, and chop it off. Fun little tip. This the unsawtooth part right here. It's a great little lead edge once you kind of have your marking, because then you can easily just push forward and begin the cut instead of wiggling all over the place. But of course, that's pending if you have like a good mark in there. Yeah. Oh, and always save your little nuggets. You never know. How's everybody doing tonight? I see I have Dan in. Hey Dan, what up, bud? It's looking pretty good. All right. So once I put this into place, I have a variety of options, because this is this is way too much material to just take off like one little molecule at a time. So I don't know. Maybe I'll sand it. We'll see. Let me see how it's looking. Sorry for the motion sickness. All right, so here's a little spot that I'm putting it in right here. And since this is the widest portion right here, yeah, I'm gonna do this. If you can see. Yeah, I think this is. Man, I think I might have shaved a little too much off when I was doing this, but you know what? I think it'll be fine. I think it'll work out. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it. I usually just draw like a little shape in pencil. It seems to work out. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I turned it around and that looks way better. So we'll just leave it at that. And I'm just going to mark everything else with pencil that I don't care about and would be happy to erase. Well, I guess here's the dilemma. If I attach it here right now, I can't really work on this and reduce this down. I would have to probably come back in a couple of hours when it's like way more solid on here, because if I just start attacking this with little repeated tiny cuts, I'm pretty sure this thing is just gonna chip off and, need to do all this over again. The unfortunate part is once this is all on, I gotta cut most of this off anyway, so I can put this little fresh layer pine on, like I said earlier. But I don't know. You know what? Yep. I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, this won't be too bad. I think I'm just gonna get this. Yeah, I'm just gonna mark this and cut it down on the vice grip and just see where we go. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so I talked a little bit about a artificial intelligence nightmare I had earlier, where everything got erased with no questions asked, which was crazy because every single step along the way, it was like, I read the file, but I didn't write it. Meaning, hey, I did everything that you told me to, but I didn't actually do it. And it's like, oh, okay, I spent a few minutes waiting for you to tell me nothing. Like, I read everything, but I didn't do anything. Do you want me to read it? Well, yes, actually, that was my original thing, was to tell you to do something. And it's like, oh, so we're still good on that? You want to do that, really? It's like, yeah, dude, do it. Oh. Okay, because I read everything, but I'm not really ready to talk about it. And it's like, it's so frustrating. It does that over and over. And I tell it, look, unless it's an earth-shattering issue, just do it. Just do the commands. And it's like, okay, all right, gotcha. Minute and a half later, I realize the concerns you have are very, I want to help you out, user. So, what do you want me to do? I'm like, oh my gosh, I just told you, commit it to memory. All right, well, I can talk about committing it to memory, but I can't really do that. Like, oh my gosh. I spend more time arguing with these software than, I don't know. Sometimes if I just had a developer and I sent that, I sent a work request or like a feature edition I wanted. And I guess the trade-off is that, yes, that person could easily say, yeah, okay, you want this, this, and this. Gotcha. And they'll do exactly that. But I guess where I'm kind of coming from things is that I'm the user of the system, and I'm also kind of developing stuff. So it's like, I know what I want, I know what I need, I just don't know how to do it. So in that way, yeah, going back to, producing music, it's like I know what I I like and I know what I want. I just don't know really how to ask for it or do it. So eventually, having the AI on my system being an agent is incredible because, oh my gosh, everything is so much faster than I'm doing once I kind of outlined the particulars and exactly what was good and what wasn't. Like, and then I also had like these little things established, like, okay, you keep asking me again. You keep saying, hey, you want me to do it? You want me to do it? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you the guardrails, okay? I'm gonna be very precise. Unless the changes you're gonna do are this, this, and this, just do it and don't ask me. And if your process fails and it failed to do it because of some reason, because you gave up, just try again. And my prompts started getting a lot, you know, faster. Like what it was asking me back was usually like, A, B, or C. And and so it was kind of like we learned to work with each other, and a marriage of man and software, if you will. But it's pretty cool. I mean, right now it's like to the point where I try to engineer something and it blasts the code, it updates all the files, and then I just kind of have to refresh and say, here's the error, or here's what works, or wow, it all works now. And then just kind of go to the next thing that I'm thinking about that I never really thought about before because I'm just kind of thinking about things as it happens. And it's, I don't know, it's really cool. So I'm like finding all kind of like little stop gaps and it slowdowns and works that in my work that I never really thought about until like I realized that I could automate things. Oh man, gosh, I think I don't know. It's a trade-off. Like, do I just claim record productivity, or do I just keep queuing up next year to be the most productive year ever due to everything that I queued up this year? I don't know, man. It's it's an exciting time to be employed, and if you're not, I'm sorry. But right, let's get this thing glued on. Let's see. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I did this before I went live. I was listening to Hawk talk about some stuff that man, I didn't know about, and I don't even want to. I don't want to talk about that. It makes me sad. But what I did have a blast talking to my dad about was the 170HX innovations going on by like just people hacking stuff using technology to do it. Oh my gosh, it is incredible. And I've never seen a situation where essentially e-waste becomes more valuable than like it ever did. And we got a little taste of that when people were putting bazite on BC250. Like that's not supposed to be there. That's not what that hardware was made for. But people hacked it. And now they're turning these, crypto cards that cost like thousands of dollars at first and then quickly became irrelevant. And And now, like, it's so crazy to think about because there's people, I don't want to say people because we're all, you know, we're all kind of the same ilk. Like, I think we're all just very industrious people that we want to turn something into money. We want to turn something into a passive source that we can manage but not actively do. It's it's every person's dream, you know. It's like having a dividend stock and seeing the rewards every day and then getting to tweak things. Oh my gosh, it's the perfect marriage of you know, being physical with your hands and computer stuff. But people have taken it a step further and they have unlocked these cards. And just talking about it to my dad was like, dude, you will not believe because it it's not like, you know, he used to, sorry, he was trying to say like, man, you know, there's amps I wish, or guitar equipment, you know, I never got rid of. And it's like, yeah, but it's not that way with electronics. Like no one loads up a new game and says, boy, I want to see what Skyrim looks like on a 486 with a 4 megabytes of RAM and a non-existent video processor that sorry, 3DFX hasn't been invented yet. Like, no one does that because for one, you can't even run it, and that's dumb, and it would perform terribly. So yeah, there's a good reason why a vintage amp would appreciate in value, whereas no one is buying old video cards, especially crypto mining cards. But these things went down to like, I think the 170s on eBay. And in overnight, the most the thing that kills me the most is that us like Americans that just keep like hoping and hoping that like one day these memory algo crypto projects will like skyrocket and be so profitable. And it never happened. And it wasn't crypto that took off. It was the old hardware that we started harvesting. And I I read somewhere that like people buy this stuff off Alibaba and eBay or whatever, and it's like mid shipment and their orders get canceled because hey, it turns out China's buying all these video cards back because they're gonna retrofit them and like unlock the PCIe 4.0 16x like in mass. I can just imagine that like all the like Lululemon sweatshops are converted into like GPU rearming shops or something. I don't know, man. It's a crazy time to be alive because like I was a little bummed out for a while. I was like, man, I got these cards at like 400 and they're less than that now, and none of these cards are doing good, and I ain't gonna double down and buy more of these. And then all of a sudden overnight, they're like, yeah, actually you could, I could probably sell like 2 or 3 and cover the whole amount that I hadn't earned so far. I don't know. Nothing has ever happened like this before. I don't think. I'm not sure. And I'm barely in the know. I'm so busy with this thing right here every waking moment of my free time. And yeah, I just I don't know who's watching or if anybody is, but man, it's just so kind of cool to show the finishing little touches and just make sure this is nice and level before I put that little block in, because it's crazy, like just little tiny little fibers like this. Little tiny fibers will keep the whole glue up from being tight when it's not like perfect. So there's that, I guess. Now I am doing a miter joint on this, so this is 2 pieces meeting at a 45-degree angle, and that's kind of the trend I did on this whole thing. Yeah, it's looking super cool. All right. Oh wow, Hawk said, "What's up, buddy? Hey man, how you doing? You know me, just working on this BC250 case. Man, you were hot on that live stream. Whew. I was I was like, Hawk, you need to calm down, bro. Cause you're getting me mad." But rightly so. Oh my gosh, bad things on the blockchain? No thanks. I'll turn all this off right now. I mean, just cashed in a big salad reward, so you know I could dump that if salad is being used for salad tossers that should be in prison. I don't know where I'm going with that. All right. Just this little spot, but I think this is fine because this is going to be where the pine is anyways. That's cool. All right, I'm gonna zoom out here as much as I can because it's gonna be a lot of like glue up stuff. Just for context, I'm at minute 30 on this mix down in the description, and yeah, it's not disappointing. Love it. I'm using Type Bond Premium 2 because I think this handles heat better by the description. I haven't actually verified that at all, but we'll see. The the original case I've been working with, and I've had it running for hours and hours just fine, and it was using Taiwan 3, but it does say yeah, it mentions lower use temperature. So I don't know what that's about. So I haven't been using this for this, and I'm just going to use version 3 for I guess food safe stuff. Doesn't really make sense to use that here, I guess. Oh man, this is so frustrating. There's like this little tiny chip right here, and it keeps popping up whenever I'm putting this glue in. I'm like, no, don't go away, little chip. I can't lose you right now. I just I already cut perpendicular here, so I don't want to cut anymore. My gosh, just let me glue you up and try to get a little bit in there. All right. I don't know, man. Looks bad. Try this. All right, so I'm gonna put this little, do it right here, just to make this whole process go a little faster. I'm gonna cheat. I've been using Instant Bond adhesive like all over this thing just because I'm sorry. This thing has such weird angles all over the place that I tried to do so many complex glue ups that it got to the point where I spent more time trying to glue it up than, would take to actually dry. So I was just like, okay, gonna do what I can and then just do this and apply CA glue with accelerant, and let's just go on from there. Okay, sorry. So just gonna give it a lot of pressure on all sides as best I can. Let's see here, I'm trying to fill in some of the space here. Yeah, that's working all right. All right. So yeah, it's on there pretty good. I think I'm just gonna clamp it for a minute just to really seal in the juices. All right, so I have good pressure this way. And there's like a little corner that right here that I can get apply a little more pressure that way just to make sure it's nice and tight. But I instantly recognized that I should have used a different clamp or rotated this differently. All right, man. Boy, it's been a long day. Let's see. I don't know about y'all, but I can't wait to eat a salad again. Good grief. I've been so paranoid about vegetables lately because, you know, I don't like hanging out in the bathroom if there's not a good reason to be there. And, the fact that you don't know, like, to like maybe 2 weeks later that you ate some vegetables that were treated with what they call night water. Ew, farmers calling it night water, disgusting. Anyways, this is America. All right, I think that, yeah, this clamping's fine. If anything, I hope I'm not overdoing it because I think that's fine. I think that's just enough pressure, and the fact that there's so much like CA glue and the accelerator on it, I think that's gonna. I don't think it really needs to be like clamped down hard for long. In terms of the wood glue, it just needs to, like, permeate real quick. So that's cool. I think we're fine there. Yeah, just need some force. I don't want to push it too much because there's no support here. Honestly, this is the support running here and back here. Everything else is just angles. So we'll see. Ooh, man, this mix is on fire. I'm at minute 40. Good grief. All right. We're back. Live clamping action. Who's clamping harder? The Red Bessie or the Irwin Quickadrip? Oh boy, who's clamping better? Ah, man, updates every minute. Live clamping. Clamping you can trust. From the only local clamp team. With Clampdar 5000. Real-time clamp updates that you can clamp your clamp on. So clamp with Clampy 5. All right, we're done. Clamp Talk Live is, we're going to wrap this up. All right. I would love to lead a clamp support group. But like have a, a Kalshi betting or some kind of odds thing where it's like, all of my patients will say that they are feeling under pressure. Millions. You just print millions. It's a clamp joke. All right. All right. So here's the problem. Here's the solution. And I'm going to do this super quick. So this little gap right here. That's not going to make for a seamless, let me try a little more. Yeah. I can't actually show it. Sorry. So this isn't going to be seamless. So I'm going to, I guess, put some glue in here. And while I start shaving this off, I'm really hoping that just some stuff falls in between and collects and creates a gorgeous seamless look. So we'll see how that goes. All right. And just to update, the kid's blood sugar is leveled out at 74. Everything's good. I know kids with diabetes don't want to know that, they still have a sippy cup with a straw and juice, but hey, kind of required equipment around here. If you don't have juice around a diabetes kid, you don't need to be around a diabetes kid. Gosh, this is so slops. I'm sorry, but again, I'm just filling it in. This is by no means the final. Oh gosh, I don't want to say that word. This is not the ultimate solution. Really just trying to hone this down so it's not like an abrupt, nasty break. Super cool to see Hawk stop in on my live video. I'm sorry I didn't catch that in time to chat with you, but I assure you I'd love to sometime. We can talk about bird law, some I don't know what's new in hawk news. What the hawk's talking about. Top 5 easiest farm mice to scoop up on the weekend. Hot hawk talk. I'll go on the record as saying that Hawk is probably the first. Let's see. I changed my name on YouTube just so I could yell at him. I had a generic username, or it was like, whatever. And I didn't have an identity or anything on YouTube. And he was just saying some things I don't agree with. And I challenged, and I wanted to challenge him so bad, because I'm like, I'm so hungry for knowledge on how to turn electricity into money. And you're one of the top guys, and then and then it's the election, and then things start happening, and I start getting a little more animated. And again, I changed my name to something a little more anonymous, just to disagree with somebody. And I did so vehemently. And the fact that he didn't, like, say you ain't welcome around here because you're too blue for me. I'm not ready to hear the truth. I like my bubble. I like my Hawk bubble. And I was like, no, Hawk, your bubble sucks. My bubble's way worse. You got to check out my bubble. I'm going to impose it on you. And the fact that he didn't listen, and I was like, I'm going to argue more while I'm trying to set up GPUs and stuff. Again, the fact they didn't just like, look, dude, get a grip on reality. This is my bubble. This is my thing. Go away. He let me keep commenting, and I'll give him credit for that. Because, at the end of the day, who wouldn't love a regular to just pop in and give you something to talk about or disagree with? If you're in the market to pop in and disagree with the guy in the basement, messing with a wood box, doing a live stream on a Friday night, submit your applications in the comments and likes below. I will soak up your content and regurgitate you a baby bird feast of opinions purely based off my perception of reality. Though limited in scope, my assurances of the level of my concrete will and opinions it is unrivaled. So if you're willing to try to shake me to the core, like and subscribe, and follow me on whatever gets me the money. All right, so this part's filled in really good. This is good. It's just a little tricky. This is okay. So, all right. And it's nice and solid. It's not going anywhere. I'm just going to start whittling it down. But first, I'm going to use a saw to get as close as I can without having to plane the whole thing and jar it too much. I'm gonna put some instant bond adhesive on top of it just to make sure. Just to make sure we're good. Really just don't want this thing moving around at all because it's just pushed in just right. So, all right. My gosh, it looks like I have a viewer. Holler in the comment if you're a human. No, gone. Oh well, that's okay. Ooh, I got another viewer. What's up? Holler in the comments. I'm about to cut this little piece. Oh, the person left. That's too bad. This is the action scene. This is Thanos slowly getting his his comeuppance and Avengers 8. The denecking of Thanos or whatever it was. Alright. Man, this thing is so gunky and dull. I think I'm just going to make a good mark on this side and continue with something else. Because this is what I usually use for like little tiny things, not, whatever. But the big advantage is this is so thin that I would rather use it when I can, but it's just not always viable. doing good. We're doing good. All right, doing good. I tried to be a little more elegant, but I'm just going to be brute force with this and just attack it from this angle. All right, well, I didn't cut at the exact angle that I really wanted to. It's a little sad over here, but I'm gonna do what I can. I got this. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry for the noise. You might think, wow, that looks disgusting. But just you wait. It'll get much worse. And I'm just gonna demonstrate a little bit. And I'll plug this off for the night. I'm sorry, man. I just did not have the energy to be an animated character right now. Such a long week. Late night. But, you know, I'm hungry for progress. All the ways, all the time. I'm going to try to link to who I think is a Ukrainian guy doing a 170HX crazy videos. He has like 40 of them hooked up with water blocks. Get out of here. Anyways. not worried about this little piece right here because, you know, I'm going to replace that with pine. I'm mostly just worried about this corner here. That'll be covered up, and just making a smooth transition between this little line here and right here. But it's looking good. Yeah, I'm not worried about this at all. And I don't want to sand all this more extra than I already need to, so I'm just trying to hand do some of this just to see if there's anything crazy going on. It could be fine. Yeah, so I'm using 80 grit right now, and I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to keep digging in it too much, but I think we're good. All right. Well, no, it looks nasty. It's not. It ain't great, but it's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna let this settle overnight. I'm happy with it. I mean, you're not gonna be able to. Yeah, once this is leveled out, nice. I'll just give a little preview. So, let's see. See a little bit of the glue coming out right there, but for the most part, yeah, it'll be okay. It will be just fine. I'm gonna wrap it up. But before I do that, check this out. Check this out. Let's see, can I zoom out? Yeah, check it out. Everything is just so, okay? It's not moving around much at all, but look at this. Here's the top coming in. Are we moving much? No. Wait, move. What? Oh, it's so tight. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. It's so, look at this. Oh, it's, let's go. Look at these. All right, the next step. Okay, of course, fix this a little bit right here with that. I need to, let's see, this is going to be, this is what's going to be overhanging in front of the unit. So I just have to secure this, but everything is looking good right here. It's solid. Oh, is it solid? Yeah, it's yeah, we're fine. We're fine with that. So, Yeah, I just really had to. I really wanted to finish this up just to make sure I didn't have to replace any part of this, because literally sliding this in here is like the last thing I need to do. Uh, but I need to do everything, you know, around it beforehand just so I don't have to adjust anything. And I think it's all going to be fine. The biggest areas I need to deal with is this gap over here, which I have some walnut I can put in there, so that's going to be that'll be fine. I got a little corner here to deal with, and after that, uh, yeah. Oh, so this was the whole side that I spent the last live stream reconstructing. Um, this section right here is like 6 or 7 pieces put together, and I tried to match here, so it worked really well right here. And this is okay. Did what I could here. I'm sorry, but man, how good does that part look? And this is before it's sanded down. There's like a little bump to take care of. But yeah, I'm almost there. Almost done. Almost. Oh, last little bit. So these vertical pieces, I'm just gonna chisel those down. I'm not sure what the shape will be, but it's happening. Thanks for maybe tuning in. And good talking today, Dad.